It's Week 11 of the NFL, and we'll be watching the dynamic Tyreek Hill. He's making noise for some end-of-year awards and could hit 1,400 yards this week. It's the Caps and the Raiders, and it's coming up next on Madden NFL 24.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us in South America in the vibrant and colorful Brazilian beachside city of Rio de Janeiro. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap, as it'll be the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the Caps of Rio de Janeiro. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Rio de Janeiro team. Now, losers their last time out, so they'll look... And how about this? An onside kick to start the game. And the hands team for the Raiders able to secure it. Now, they tried to give this home crowd something to cheer about early, but it failed. I don't know, maybe you try that on the road to get some momentum. What about here at home?
Would agree with you totally on that. I think at home, you don't ever want to put your fans in a position where they're questioning what you're doing. And right now, they have to be in the stand saying, why would we even do that? We're already behind you. You don't need us anymore. And this one, boy, an unsuccessful attempt, that could really change the momentum of this game in a hurry.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. But you look at this defense, they've certainly had their struggles against the run at the 30th ranked unit out of 32 teams in the NFL.
The numbers are definitely not in their favor, but every time I click on the film and watch them, I see stretches where they play against the run really well. Their biggest problem, when they give up those explosive runs, those 30, 40, 50-yard runs, that'll really mess up your averages.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Garoppolo looks to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
I can assure you, setting up the screen is much more difficult than it appears. It requires excellent timing from everyone on the offense, and a defense's #1 goal is to throw that timing off.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. Bringing them out is the #1 overall pick this year, Heisman Trophy winner at Alabama, Bryce Young.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He's able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
That throw by Young incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
Young to throw again on 2nd and 10. They've got his man complete. Down the left sideline. And all the way in from a touchdown. Jalen Waddle, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Caps get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. And Young's going to throw for this. And that is going to be caught. And it moves the lead to 8-0. And the formula there on the 2-point try to go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that someone, if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
So an onside kick fail in the first quarter. Not sure I completely see the logic there.
It's not apparent, is it? You almost have to go deeper, I think, and maybe if we try and work along with them.
Now Garoppolo lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Let's see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Throwing is Garoppolo on third down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Touchdown! Michael Mayer, his second touchdown on the season. And the Raiders have cut the lead back down to 2. Crosby connects on the extra point, and this is now a 1-point game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss, as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over it a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time out.
This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown! Jalen Waddle halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Cavs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. They'll try and throw for it. And unable to connect. They don't get the two-point conversion here. Well, split the difference, and they're right where they would have been with 2 PATs. They got the two-point conversion the first time. They failed there.
Interesting, isn't it? Because the first time you go after your first score, that feels like a gamble. The second time when they tried it again, that felt like, what the heck, right? Because, as you said, even if you miss it, you split the difference, and you're right on schedule at 14 points.
Running straight ahead is Jacobs. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well. And
you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. And Jacobs is going to have a Raiders first down as he'll get this down inside the 35. Garoppolo now. It's caught here by Adams. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider first down. Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Quick throw caught out wide by Renfro. A strong broken tackle on that one. And then they get him to the ground just shy of the 15. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. To throw is Garoppolo. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And the Raiders are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
First and goal at the 5-yard line.
Here's Jacobs. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs. Halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Raiders are an extra point away from drawing level. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Keneduagu now out of his end zone. And he returns this to the 22. Now the Rio offense set to take over. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck.
It's caught inside the 25. And touchdown. taken the lead. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for two. They'll look to throw. And they're going to get the two-point conversion. This one's caught. And it stretches their lead up to 8. And, of course, on the two-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
And the hands team for the Raiders able to secure it. The risk-reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them. And field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be second down.
Second and 6 at the 35-yard line.
A handoff, Jacobs running to the left. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 of the 34. They were handed great starting field position on this drive, and now they face a 3rd and 4. Now Garoppolo. That is caught. That'll be touchdown here, but not before he does pick up the first. That one goes for 24 yards. This to Jacobs on the toss right. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
Gain of 3 brings up 2nd and goal.
One more time with Jacobs. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal. Throwing now is Garoppolo. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That's probably bringing back nightmares of last week, isn't it?
No doubt about it. Right now I'm looking over at the coaching staff, and I'm seeing the wheels turning in their heads. And you know what is happening? They're remembering how the...
He's got a man. Complete. There he goes again. Touchdown. Jalen Waddle. What is going on here? 4 first-quarter touchdowns. Unbelievable. And the Caps have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Young. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is. And I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. Renfro bringing it in over the middle. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
A gain of 14. And the Las Vegas first down.
We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports.
30. Raiders 14.
Second quarter now, and it's Las Vegas with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go.
Jacobs going to try the middle. Powers through. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs, his 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Raiders are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Crosby with the extra point, and that trims the lead down to 9. 1 play, 2 plays, touchdown. That's all it took there. A very short and sweet drive that got him in the end zone. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Jalen Waddle, the speedster wide receiver, brings out this offense. He might be on his way to a record-setting performance. So good here. We're only in the second quarter.
And it's so interesting when we watch these types of days unfold for a receiver because they need a quarterback to run it accurately, people to block for the quarterback, so many other variables. But boy, he's getting it done, and in a big way. Right now, he wants to rock on every snap.
Yeah, he's counting his yards in the hundreds, not the tens. And Young's throw there incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Well, a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Now Young. This will be caught. It's Waddle. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Again, it's Young. And it's caught. Touchdown. Tommy Trimble from 8 yards out. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Well, to put it mildly, he's been able to dice up this secondary all game long. And this time, that was a missile that he threw into the end zone and adding another touchdown to his ledger.
And I think we see these youngsters develop a lot quicker than we ever have because when they get started in this game, they're not just throwing passes around. They're reading coverages early. So now they're like seasoned pros earlier in their career. How about this one here? If they win this ball game, a game ball definitely coming from his head coach.
Second quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, you know, and the right approach in going after it. Also may signal.
Now Garoppolo is in trouble, and down he goes. D.J. Johnson in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him. On second down, Jacobs. 53 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign. The offense on third down, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Jalen Waddle, the speedster wide receiver, brings out this offense. He's the star wide receiver, and he's doing his thing so far here into the second quarter.
And how you get distinguished as a star is each and every week performing to a high level no matter what they throw at you, because you always want to take him out of the game if you're a defensive team. How do you press him, double him, triple him, all of those things? But the best players show up each and every week, solid games and some spectacular ones.
And he has showed up time and time again. Now this throw caught left side. They'll let this go deep for Waddle. This is caught inside the 15. Saints are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Mike McDaniel, no hesitation on his end. He's telling his offense to go for 2. Young to throw it. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. So they go with a pass, and it works there on the 2-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts passing versus running on 2-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational, and you have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a 2-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting?
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett. And the Raiders are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
Here we go.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Here's Jacobs from the gun. They juked him. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down.
Gain of 16 yards. First down, Raiders.
They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. And down he goes. They sink him back right around the 41-yard line. D.J. Johnson able to get in there yet again. That's already 3 sacks for him here in this first half of football. On 2nd down, here's Garoppolo. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down. Now Mason Crosby on for the field goal. It'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt. The kick by Crosby is good, and that'll get this back down to a 20-point spread. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Well, the Rio offense about to set up shop once again.
Here we go.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look at a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
And in an afternoon where just about everything's gone right, there's an unlikely sight there. He's got a receiver all alone downfield, and he just overshoots him.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Out of his end zone, Young. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A first down throw for Young. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Throwing, Young, and going deep for Hill. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on. It'll be Young again. Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Young working out of the gun. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Here's Young from the shotgun. Flushed out right. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And that will get out of bounds. Lucky there. They keep possession inside the 5. Very fortunate to get another shot. Here's 2nd and goal. Out of the gun. It's Young. And it's caught. Touchdown. Tyreek Hill from 4 yards out. And the Cavs go 98 yards and finish it off in the end zone. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. The Young's going to throw for this. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. And the hands team for the Raiders able to secure it. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very...
And now off to the races down the right side. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 25 yards that time.
5 yards. And the Raiders first down.
Here's Garoppolo to throw. Slant to Adams. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Ball at the 6 here as they work with a 2nd and 2.
At the 6-yard line.
Looking to throw. Garoppolo. And his pass incomplete.
I like the call. It looked like the right time to dial up a running back screen. But this one got disrupted right from the start, and it ends up falling incomplete.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Garoppolo looks to throw. Touchdown Raiders! Devontae Adams with career touchdown number 96. He joins Eric Dickerson on the all-time list. And the Raiders get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
Well, that touchdown certainly helps, but they've got to go ahead and convert, get to the half, and figure out how to keep chopping down this lead in the second, don't they?
Yeah, they still need to regroup, and they still need to end the second quarter strong. A little bit of time left. Crosby connects on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21.
Raiders 31.
On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. One more go for this offense in the first half. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10. To throw, Young. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the shotgun, it's Young. He's going to try and go deep again. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And with apologies to Dylan Thomas, apparently they're not going to go gently into the half. They're still out there firing haymakers. They took a chance on a deep ball there, but it winds up incomplete.
Now Young on 4th down. And going deep for Hill. And incomplete on the deep ball. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. The kick by Crosby is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime in it. Past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the third quarter. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Nwangu now from his end zone. Jalen Waddle, the speedster wide receiver, brings out this offense. A monster game so far, third quarter. He is lighting up the stat sheet.
And so many times when you see these types of games, you hear about the quarterback, or we talk about the quarterback throwing guys open, putting it in the right spot.
Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off by Reed Blankenship. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Now Crosby for the point after. And that one makes this an 11-point deficit now. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Now the Rio offense set to take over. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out.
It got his man complete. And they rattle off a big one. 54 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. And the touchdown apparently wasn't enough. They're going to go for the onside kick here. Kicking team get it? Yes. The onside kick works like a charm. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. And going deep for Hill. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown. Tyreek Hill with touchdown number 3 here in this game and 17 now on the year. And the Caps are able to widen their advantage. He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You could see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did right there. And, boy, it was pretty. But I guess when you're hot, you're hot. I mean, I would just go ahead and take the extra point and move on. But apparently they've got something to prove. Almost feels like something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
And the hands team for the Raiders able to secure it. And bulldozing his way through. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Play action, Garoppolo. Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete.
Oh, and you can't help but have flashbacks to the 4th quarter of Super Bowl 54. Emmanuel Sanders overthrown, and that was a similar tough throw there. Another one he'd love to have back, but another one he'd take a shot at, too.
Another another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on third down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third.
And that's a crusher right there. Had his man open for a first down, threw a fastball when that wasn't necessary. Incomplete pass. When are these quarterbacks going to learn? You don't get extra points for how hard you throw the football.
That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it. Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to...
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. He may go. Tyreek Hill. Touchdown. Tyreek Hill. 97 yards. And the Caps get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. So from back deep in their home territory all the way into the end zone, do you think they expected to score on that one?
I'm not sure they expected to score, but they also showed that they're not averse to taking a little bit of a risk there, right? Taking a chance, because the normal call is take care of the football, run it, be safe. Instead, they put it in the air and took a gamble, and it paid off in a big way. That wasn't an analytics call. That wasn't a fantasy guy's call. That was like a video game call right there.
It was a little bit of a video game call, but it worked. And I guess the touchdown wasn't enough. They want the onside kick as well. And the hands team for the Raiders able to secure it.
Here we go.
Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the good.
Now Garoppolo is in trouble, and down he goes. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game. Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number is just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. What a game for him, Charles. 4 touchdowns. Heck, for a lot of guys, that's a good season number.
You're exactly right. And let's face it, we have to stand up and applaud this one, even though we're supposed to be neutral, because this doesn't just happen by accident. This isn't 4 times where the defense just falls down or breaks coverage. He's worked awfully hard, changing routes, changing areas, changing angles, and getting open for touchdowns.
We knew he'd be part of the game plan in a big way, and it has been in a very big way. It's Young on first down. He's got a man complete. Through the middle of the field. Touchdown. Tyquan Thornton. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Caps have taken a 6-touchdown lead. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
And the hands team for the Raiders able to secure it.
Here we go, here we go.
On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. 78 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line. Garoppolo now. Short throw, and that's hauled in by Mayer. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of...
And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. D.J. Johnson, my goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really turning in an incredible performance. They will run the draw with Jacobs. Nice little juke. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle. The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down. On play action, it's Garoppolo. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Channing Tindall in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. He's hoping to take what has been a good game here and make it a great game. So far, solid, and we're still in the 3rd quarter.
There's nothing wrong with solid. You want to be that. You want to be reliable. You want to be a guy that puts your team in a position to have a chance to win. And that's what we're seeing from him. And there's also that added element that maybe it can become a little bit more as this game goes on.
He'll try to make it more here on this drive.
Ready. Ready.
1st and 10, Young. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And that's another throw that could have been intercepted. Part of this, you credit the defense. They've been really stingy. But he's also made some really questionable throws, and that's another one right there.
Now this throw caught left side. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Young on 1st down. And going deep for Hill. And he's got it inside the 10. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. To the air once more, Young. And it's caught. Touchdown. Tyquan Thornton with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Caps have got it on cruise control. There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
They'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more.
I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the backflip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this. But to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there. And sometimes it has a way of catching up with you.
And the hands team for the Raiders able to secure it. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On play action, now Garoppolo. He'll swing that out wide to Jacobs. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. And they'll come up 2nd and 7.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. The pass taken in by Mayer. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Holding. Offense.
Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
And that one's all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Jacobs. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs, 40 yards. And the Raiders are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit. Extra point up and good by Crosby. So they do get one score back, but still a long way to go here in the 3rd quarter. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. And we get a peek at the kind of game he's having. It's been a good game. 8 catches now, Charles.
Everyone likes to spread the ball around. They want a lot of people to catch it and touch it, get a lot of guys involved. But sometimes when you have the hot hand or a person who's just really taking care of business in their part of the field, you have to keep going back to him.
Young is intercepted for the 3rd time this game. Picked off by Jason Verrett. There he goes right side. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Maybe a small measure of revenge for this defense because they've been thoroughly dominated so far, but a brief bright spot there with that pick 6.
Seemingly coming up for air after being dominated as you described. They get a nice play there. Probably not going to change the balance of this game, but they have to feel a little bit better about themselves after that one.
Oh, a good return up past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. Sort of a slow and steady game so far, but reliable for him here in this 3rd quarter.
Sounds like we're describing a possession receiver, right?
And that's caught inside the 35. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A 1st down throw for Young. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Oh, and that is incomplete.
Partner, they've been aggressive, airing it out all game long, and no better evidence than those last 2 snaps. They weren't going to beat this coverage, though, 2 plays in a row, and that one falls incomplete.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that one knocked away and incomplete. Nice job defensively on what will be the final play of the... Back now here on EA Sports. So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Throwing, Young. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Again, it's Young. And it's caught. Touchdown. Tyquan Thornton from 8 yards out. And the Cavs look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Young to throw it. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Landon Collins.
Well, as most teams do in their 2-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. And remember, if you pick it off, you got a chance to take it all the way back, get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case there, but that's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number...
Now Garoppolo is in trouble, and down he goes. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Garoppolo's throw taken in by Adams. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
Now, this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the fourth quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive and then get the heck out of here.
Yeah, if this had been a concert, you would have heard plenty of sour notes in this one. But they certainly don't want to end it on one.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Channing Tindall able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his third sack of the afternoon. Now Garoppolo throwing on second.
A short throw, and that's hauled in by Mayer.
Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And it's going to be third down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14.
They need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
And now off to the races down the right side. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs, 30 yards.
And the Raiders get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit.
Crosby with the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. All right, how has he done it? 4 touchdowns in this contest. He's been around the end zone in particular, pretty much uncoverable.
And you know that I typically take things from a defensive perspective. I'm not going to do that this time. Let's just praise him. My goodness, 4 receiving touchdowns means he's been a variety of coverages throughout this game because they're not just letting him run scot-free. They're trying their best to shut him down, and he's shredding them.
I got to be honest, I want to see 5. No, you want to see 5? I mean, we're not supposed to be biased, but
we're not rooting. Just in the interest of the game, let's go ahead and see 5.
Young's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll set up to throw. And going deep for Hill. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Young to throw it. He's going to take another shot here. And that's caught inside the 35.
And he steps out of bounds, but not before he gets in. But Josh McDaniels, he had his mind made up on that one. He disagrees.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is
lines up a very good call there defensively to challenge that one, as that now will wind up an incomplete pass.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And that will force a turnover on downs.
Here we go.
Here's Jacobs. A beautiful fake. And he ran right through one tackle as he fights forward for a gain of 7.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Now they'll throw with Garoppolo. Touchdown! Austin Hooper. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Raiders get a bit closer.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like, based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
Crosby connects on the extra point, and the lead drops from 34 down to 27. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. They have to like what they've gotten from him in this game.
Think about the accumulation of catches.
8.
The yards per catch now, because you're getting more than a first down every time he's touching the ball. This is the kind of game you want when you're able to throw it out wide.
Absolutely. Over 100 yards, has the 8 catches. Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back. Touchdown! Devon Achane, 75 yards. And the Caps have sewn this one up as they add to their lead here in the 4th. Gold with the extra point, and this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Ooh, a little cruel here. They're going to go for the onside kick up big. Oh, did the kicking team get it? Yes. The onside kick works like a charm. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Young will set to throw. He's got it with the 15. Touchdown. Devon Achane, his 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Caps continue to pour it on here in the 4th. The Young's going to throw for this. Eluding the pressure right. And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion no good.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo.
Short throw, and that's hauled in by Mayer.
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
Here we go.
From the 43, here's 2nd down and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Garoppolo looks to throw. Renfro bringing it in over the middle. Touchdown Raiders! Hunter Renfro, 43 yards.
And the Raiders are able to claw one back.
Mason Crosby for the extra point.
Extra point up and good by Crosby as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Now the Rio offense set to take over. And it would appear that the open week a week ago came just at the right time as they have dominated the proceedings here into this 4th quarter.
Steel, black.
On 1st and 10, Young. And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. And now they're in the hurry-up.
It's 2nd and 21.
To throw on 2nd down is Young.
They'll let this go deep for Waddle.
And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
That is caught. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. So that changes things. Here's 1st and 10 all the way up at the 45. That throw by Young incomplete.
Up big here in the 4th quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion. I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points, but they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll throw again. Young.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 32-yard line. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
Young's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out, because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Young to throw on 4th. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Here's Young from the shotgun. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference to see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up. But he certainly will have some explaining to do.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. And they're going to go for this thing. They're not going to leave anything to chance. They're going to roll the dice on 4th and goal. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Yet another touchdown in what has just been a high-scoring affair, a fun one to watch. And it's the rookie quarterback, Charles, coming through with yet another touchdown pass to pad the lead.
Did we come into this game where defense was optional? Because it certainly feels that way, right? But when you look at the scoreboard, this rookie, he has his team moving at a little bit quicker pace than his opponents. The entire offense is going to get plenty of praise, but I think these coaches have to be especially happy with what their quarterback has done.
And the hands team for the Raiders able to secure it.
Here we go.
Garoppolo now, 1st down throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
Garoppolo again here on 2nd and 10.
A throw left sideline, falls incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Left sideline, a dive, and it looks like he's got it. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there, because they've been run ragged throughout.
65.
Garoppolo again. To the back of the end zone, but too high. Over everybody and incomplete.
Great coverage down in the end zone. He's scanning the field, looking. No one ever came open. So in the end, he makes the best decision and just fires it over the end line.
And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. Crosby with the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They came into this one with a vision, Charles, and it has played out exactly as they had hoped, if not even better. They've got the huge lead here, and now the football for the final moments of the fourth.
Yeah, and it was apparent that they were the better team, right? We figured that out pretty early, but give them a lot of credit for staying with it. They didn't stumble around out there. They didn't create a lot of errors for themselves because they were the superior team. They took care of business and closed them out pretty quickly.
Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. Young's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And that will write a finish to this ball game. Well, this was a fun one today if you like points. A lot of them went on the board, both off.